Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Another eBay camera. Got this one off of eBay just a little while back, and this is its first outing. We'll see how this goes. It's a Kodak Signet 35. Signet 35. I say it's about all cameras, but this one's interesting. I'll tell you, at first glance, she's a heavy camera. I mean, it has some weight. For this little tiny thing, it's got some weight. And from what I read, it's because it's a lot of solid, thick aluminum. It's from the 1950s. I'll put facts up this side of what we got here. From the 1950s. Two wheels here. You got to wind the film and rewind the film with the wheels. Big giant shutter release button. You have bulb 25, 50th, 100th, and 300th of a second shutter speeds from f-stop 3.5 up to 22, and focusing that will go from 2 feet to infinity. No light meter at all. It has these weird things in the back where you can slide, which I think is supposed to guide you on to your exposures. It is a rangefinder focus system. But with old cameras like this, it is kind of faded and hard to see the two images that you have to align to make it in focus. The second ghost image, I call it. It's kind of hard to see, but we'll figure it out. I bought a tiny tape measure if I'm really, want to see if I can pinpoint the focus and see how it's doing. But it's built like a tank, and I think the irony there is the idea with this silver version of it is that this may be the civilian version of a camera Kodak built for the Army. They built a green one for the Army, and they built a black one for the Air Force, apparently, in the 50s. And they said, it seems like there's no 100% on this, but the working theory is that's why this one is so heavy and like a tank and, just solid as a rock. Why it's still made, this is supposed to be made for gloves. If you're wearing gloves, you can wind the film with no problem. You don't, it's bulky for a reason. And the idea is it's a civilian version of what was given to the military. And that would also explain its incredible price tag back then. In the 1950s, this went for about $90. And I put that in an inflation calculator, and as of right now in 2022, that works out to near $1,000. $1,000 for a camera of this size with this, just an attached lens, no light meter. It's expensive little camera, but I swear to God, it feels like you could drop it and it would just laugh and be like, nah, no big deal, I got this. Like, it is a beast. So we're gonna see. I've cleaned it up. I don't know if it's working. Like I said, just got it off eBay, and we're gonna try it out. We'll see what we get with this thing. Kind of exciting. I'll use the phone. Probably shoot just Sunny 16, but it is 400 speed film, Kentmere Pan 400, and we'll see what kind of shots we get here. Just real quick while I'm standing right here, I just want to get a close up at his door. Okay, right there. This old door, I like the way the wood's all chipped and key. What's this say? It's like even the little film counter wheel, what shot you're on, even that's still working. It's amazing how, because everything's mechanical, this old camera, all this kind of old stuff I keep buying, it all still works. You know, this little thing is rotating and telling me what shot I'm on still after all these years. I'm gonna lay down and get this shot because I really want this a low angle. So we got infinite. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do f/22. Well, this one's behind a cloud, but we're still infinite. So let's 16 or 22. I can't hear you through the video, so this ain't working out. We'll do 22. 300th of a second. We shall see what we shall see. So the Kodak Signet 35. This was a fun camera to shoot on. And let me tell you, when I eBay cameras, I just do a search for film cameras and then I set it up so that I see the auctions ending soonest. And I just look for stuff that's not super popular. So not your like AE1 or something, but something like this that it's kind of flying under the radar. And usually the auction says like untested, found in an attic, you know, estate sale, things like that. And I just threw a bid in there. And I get these cameras for under $30. This one was only 20 something. I can't remember exactly. I mean, and what a cool camera, especially if the, you know, if the stories are true that this is actually supposed to be the civilian version of a camera that Kodak made for the military. That's really, really cool. And I got to say, took some awesome photos. As I said throughout the video, the rangefinder focus, the haloing ghost image, it's hard to see. So that's the only place that I had some trouble with it. It was really hard to tell what was in focus and what wasn't. But having said that, just took my time with it and I still got some really great shots. And some of them were really crisp focus. So if I tried hard enough and took my time at it, I got there. It's just a really cool camera, and I'm glad I got this one. This one looks really good in the collection. It's a fun camera. It's totally unique looking, you know, just bulky, big wheels on top like that. It's heavy as all hell. It's a strange one to have in the collection, so it stands out. I love this. And everything working right, other than like I said, hard to see the focus, but with the aperture, the shutter speeds seem to be firing perfectly. I mean, the exposures were really, really good. You know, some of the focus issues where it's a little soft because it was hard to see, but the exposure was correct throughout. And so this was an awesome find. But anyway, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff, and I will see you next time. So So I've taken plenty of shots in this area before. I like it though. It's very isolated. You know, as an extreme introvert, you know, the problem with public places is the public's there. So this always works out here. I love the isolation.